Soccer's great. It's beautiful. Women's soccer is even better, but it's just not better here.
These were the feelings expressed at a press conference regarding a women's professional soccer team taking over a beloved high school athletics stadium and its surrounding park.
I'm here in defense of the head of the Boston Landmarks Commission, who just on Friday was fired by the mayor, who wants to turn this park and this stadium into Barbie land for wealthy millionaire investors at the expense of Boston public school students who have been marginalized, disinvested for 3/4 of a century in this ward, in this corner, this southwesterly environmental justice triangle of Boston, simply because that director and that unanimous body, state and authorized and enabled, defending this entire Boston landmark, the park, Franklin Park.
Franklin Park defenders filed a lawsuit against what they call unconstitutional plans for the privatization of Franklin Park and White Stadium by for-profit sports investors who want to convert the community space into a professional sports stadium.
When we set up the Franklin Park Coalition in 1978, we were trying to preserve what Homestead wanted for this community to have was a respite away from the urban challenges and the milieu that creates a situation where people can't have a place to relax. So they created this space. And along with White Stadium, even when it was turned over to the Football League, it still was a place that people could come and relax. Families and children could get together and enjoy sports and entertainment. I think turning it into a place that becomes commercial to the extent that you have alcohol and other things that might challenge the community and take away from the family-centered concept of what the environment is about does not do us the service that we deserve.
After renovations are completed, the new White Stadium will hold more than 10,000 attendees and serve as the home to Boston's new National Women's Soccer League team. These changes would displace Boston Public School students and the general public for 20 games and 20 practices on Fridays and Saturdays from April to November.
I'm not against soccer, but having it here in the middle of this place of tranquility that people come to sort of get away from the noise and the activity of the city and find nature. Olmsted designed these areas to be a place where people could find peace and tranquility in the middle of urban chaos. And it's a way to sort of go and rejuvenate and heal yourself. And what's going to be put here with soccer and all its accoutrements of beer gardens and bands and noise and everything else, it's going to affect the entire neighborhood.
When you think about ripping a community apart and ripping out a park, this is our park. This is the gem of our neighborhood. And it's not just Jamaica Plain. It's Dorchester, it's Roxbury. It's all of these communities that have used this park for peace, for that one place you can go in the city and be able to take a breath. So you tear it to pieces. Our parks are at risk, specifically Franklin Park is at risk. Because when I come to the park, do I want to see people throwing up in the corner after drinking at the beer gardens? No. I want to be able to walk in my park with my dog, with my godchildren, and feel safe and know that I'm walking in a space that not only is comfortable, but a space where we can truly enjoy and be able to take a breath.
Residents fear the proposed plans will lead to noise pollution, environmental injustice, and displacement of BPS students and the community members who use the park for recreational and community events.
The cost to all of us and everyone coming behind us of having people trample through the park, of paving much of this green space to have a beer garden, the noise pollution, the sound pollution, to the flora and fauna that is native to this park. If we allow a professional sports team to come to White Stadium, that's a travesty. We can't allow it.
Residents agree White Stadium is due for an upgrade, but not at the cost of disrupting the community. The city's proposed renovation budget was originally $50 million, but $30 million of that amount would come from a private entity, which will only give that money if it gets the green light on their plans.
This is a question about self-determination, about the community being able to decide what their and our and your public park would be used for. The Emerald Necklace is a world famous park internationally, and Boston is really lucky to have it. And the community members around this park took care of it when others weren't. And now we have the opportunity to invest in the park for the public.
Now they're saying that if you don't agree to let a private entity come into the park, we're not going to give you the money and resources that you need in order to make this process work. I'm saying to you, that is not good government. That is not what we should have been supporting from the very beginning. We're saying that as a community, whether it's Roxbury or Jamaica Plain or Dorchester, Mattapan, we're looking for information as to what they really want to do with this park. What happens to public access? What happens to public participation? Where do our students go to play their sports? What will we have? What will come into this community? What will be the quality of life the people who live in this community, who live in Roxbury, Dorchester, Mattapan, Jamaica Plain? That's the questions we're asking.